Welcome. Thank you everybody for joining us this evening. We are excited to present the Lake Forest College first annual all-campus pitch-it competition. So what does that mean? It's basically our version of a Shark Tank. Okay? So tonight what we're going to do is present to you 8 student businesses. And these student businesses, guys, have been vetted from 30 student businesses that came forward. Okay? So this was a preliminary round about a month ago. These students present a really diverse industries as well as diverse business models. We're excited to present them to you. But before we do that, I want to take a minute and present to you our MC, Dean DeBise. A little bit about him. He is actually a Lake Forest native. Okay? He is a producer of the Dancing with the Startups program, which basically curates partnerships with Fortune 500s and startups around the world. He just returned from meetups in Helsinki, London, Paris, and his next dancing tour stops are Mumbai, Sao Paulo, Tel Aviv, Milan, and Hong Kong. Beyond his chairman and CEO roles, he's also a founding member of the 1871 Incubator downtown Chicago, and he's also a fellow at the National Association of Corporate Directors. He's also a senior fellow and a professor at Northwestern University's Kellogg School of Management. Inspired by all of these celebrity apprentice, Dean also created Reboot Stories. Basically what that is a no-holds-barred interview series in front of a live audience in Chicago. If you could please help me in welcoming Dean DeBise.
Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome. Welcome. I am your MC tonight, and I just made a note to make my bio shorter next time. Thank you, Darlene. So we're going to try to keep this evening moving around at a pretty quick pace tonight. So you'll notice I'll be pushing some people on and off stage. Don't take it personally. I have a notepad. Anybody has one of these? They're typically in charge, and someone gave it to me, so I'm taking it on. But the format is pretty simple. Each student entrepreneur gets 5 minutes to present. After 5 minutes, we cut them off. We do a little debate with the judges, and we move on to the next one. When I was in Paris last week, the French entrepreneurs did not like this 5-minute rule at all. And I said, well, in the real world, you only get like 5 minutes. I said, so you really should make it 4. So they didn't like me very much. But all I wanted to say to open it up before I bring the judges up is this is your event, and we really want to make this interactive. So a couple of things. We encourage you to participate. Get loud, get noisy, get up and move around, come up here, take pictures, tweet them out. This is not to be an orderly type of event. Are the lights up enough for everybody? Can you see each other? So that's important. And we really want you to share your stuff online. So if you notice there's a hashtag here, hashtag PitchIt, or PitchLF, sorry, PitchLF. So those of you that are on Twitter, but whatever you're using socially, we really love you to do it. So with that, I would like to first, before I bring the judges up, is introduce our student entrepreneurs. If you could all stand up. Give them a big round. They're brave people. Are you all ready? Yeah. What? Yeah. Come, all right. All right, we've got 5 judges coming up, and I want you guys to listen to them because they can give you a lot of advice. They've been around the block a few times. First one is Liam Connell. Liam, come on out. This guy's a financial genius, so you might learn something from him tonight about your P&L. He's a member of the Lake Forest College Entrepreneurial Board and a retired CEO of Alston Trading. And he's got long hair. I mean, how cool is that?
I owe those the long hair.
So if you need help with your finances and your forecasts and stuff like that, talk to Liam. Next up is John Dick. John, come on out. John knows a thing or two about growing companies. He, too, is a Lake Forest College Entrepreneurial Board member and president of Dick's Bridge. And he comes from a long line of entrepreneurs, right over there. Long line of entrepreneurs. When his great-grandfather founded A.B. Dick years ago, one of the top companies in Chicago back in the old days that pretty much transformed printing. Next up is Nico Draculis. Nico, you want to come out? Nico's a highly passionate serial CEO, for those of you who know him. He's currently CEO of this amazing company called Sure People. So for those of you that need help scaling your teams, Nico's the one to talk to. Next up is Paul Miller. Paul is the president of Granger e-commerce, and he's done all types of things, but he's basically an expert at digital commerce. So those of you guys that think you want to sell some stuff online, Paul's the guy to grab at the end of the night. And last but not least, Susan Wright, who is a pillar of our community. She's also a Lake Forest College entrepreneurial board member and senior VP at Lake Forest Bank. And I know all of you are going to need some money at some point, and you're going to need a place to stash your millions once you become successful. So you want to talk to her about that. So with that, I'll let the judges take their seats. Liam, you want to start there? Just get everybody in line. That'd be awesome. So they have your mics in order. All right. So how many of you are excited about this woofometer? We couldn't afford our own meter, so we're using the Dog Day meter. So for those of you that think you're in the wrong meeting, you're not. You're in the right place. And I'm told John Dick actually knows how to work this thing. So we're going to use that at the end of the night. You don't have to worry about your participation yet, but we actually do have a noise meter. So we're going to really expect a lot out of you. So I just had a few opening comments about what's going on out there in the world in terms of entrepreneurialism. And what I've been witnessing firsthand around the world is there's an entrepreneurial movement going on that is impacting more and more companies, more and more cities and countries around the world. And it's making it tougher for America to compete. We've got a lot of work to do. And I just think when I see things like this, I mean, literally in every country almost I've been to, from middle school on up, students, young adults are becoming or want to become entrepreneurs more and more than I've ever seen before. How many high school students are here tonight? I think we've got a few. Yes, make some noise. Thank you. Thanks for coming. The grade school students, they wouldn't let them out this late, so they heard this was going to go late. So what you're witnessing here tonight is being represented and repeated all over America. And quite frankly, I think it's great for our global competitiveness. I myself first started my company when I was a 14-year-old Lake Forest high school student here in Lake Forest, and I could not hold a candle to what some of these students are doing these days. Like student athletes, student entrepreneurs have taken everything to the next level, and it's really interesting to watch. As much as we try to teach entrepreneurialism at Lake Forest College and with me at Kellogg, some students just show up with it in their blood, and it's so remarkable to see. It's so fun to watch, and that's what you're about to do. So with that, I'd like to bring up our first presenter, Matt from Footfill. You're going to see an interesting twist that he's put on B2B deliveries. Matt, you ready? Yeah. Let's hear it.
You own a local pizza joint. You receive your regular weekly product order, but you've only received 4 out of the 10 cases you've ordered. And those products are used to make your secret family pizza sauce. You contact multiple distributors in search of the product, but you can't find it. No ingredients, no pizza, no revenue. But now, there is a new, innovative way to get a hold and replenish your inventory without the hassle of contacting multiple distributors. Hi, my name is Matthew McPherson, and I am the founder of Foodfill Distribution. We provide food service solutions to restaurants seeking to replenish their inventory who may have not received their regular product order in full. A restaurant manager can access our online marketplace and search for a product from multiple local distributors. They can then place an online order and receive the product same day or next day. Our value proposition to restaurants is quick and easy access to products. Restaurants rely on us when there are product shortages in the supply chain, when inclement weather affects transportation, or when an increase in customers requires extra product fast. Our target market is food service distributors and food service operators in the Chicagoland area. The National Restaurant Association reported that $23 billion was spent in Illinois restaurants in 2015 alone. With our position in the food service supply chain, we see a great opportunity to create value for operators. Our competitors are essentially our clients, the food service distributor. We want to be the first step to replenish inventory when a regular product order is incomplete rather than the restaurant manager contacting those multiple distributors in search of the product. We pride ourselves on providing quick and easy access to products. We are seeking $200,000 for 20% stake in our company to create software for the marketplace in order to purchase delivery trucks to execute orders and to fund marketing for our venture. Our valuation is based off of discounted expected cash flows with a 20% hurdle rate. Our niche in the marketplace is unique, but the opportunity is huge. Thank you.
Let's hear it. All right, I guess I'm supposed to call you sharks, not judges. So now it's your turn. Let's have a conversation.
So, a couple questions for you on the distribution side.
Sure.
How big an assortment do you anticipate having?
So within the Chicago area itself, there are about 7,500 restaurants. So we expect to accumulate as much restaurants as we can initially within
Not my question. The assortment of products, because here's what I'm challenging. If you've got 7,500 restaurants out there, and each of them has several hundred different products that they buy uniquely, and if you're trying to be that long-tail distributor that has the products that they need when they have that oh crap moment, I didn't get it, that's a pretty wide assortment.
Exactly.
And so the challenge that I see, you want to raise a couple $100,000 for trucks, but I think the inventory challenge that you face is a pretty serious one in terms of how do you have the right assortment and how do you manage the code date issues?
Sure. So the right assortment would be our inventory management system is going to be linked with the inventory management system of the multiple distributors within the Chicagoland area. Initially, we're going to target Cisco, Gorton Food Service, and Reinhardt Food Service, and then get more of the mid-major food distributors and smaller food distributors. So that will give us complete access to those multiple offerings that the restaurants are looking for.
And so you think that they're going to be motivated to give you a feed of their assortments?
We believe that instead of the restaurant having to take their own labor to go to the distributor and get the product, or having the sales rep from the distributor go around and deliver the product on the weekends, we'll be able to pick up that business and take it directly to them for the convenience fee that we're charging.
So,
Yes.
so like the hot, was it the hot fills or the hot shots? Is that the nickname for when a restaurant has a shortage?
Yes.
That sounds like a really lumpy, non-continuous market. So you're going to have trucks that are going to be idle for a while, and then there's other times when you're not going to have enough trucks. So it seems like there's two different businesses. There's a delivery business, which seems to be one business, and another business that would be basically a market to connect restaurants. So I'm a little bit confused as it seems to me that there's two different businesses here.
Initially, when we started our business, we were going to have the delivery trucks from the food distributor take the product to them, but we saw that as an inconvenience in time management to the restaurants. So that's why we picked up our truck delivery service. We're going to run it on kind of an Uber platform. In addition to that, our IT team is going to handle the complete software integration of the food distributor to our marketplace, so it has exposure to the restaurants. So the delivery trucks are pretty much an added convenience to get the product there in time.
So to clarify your Uber platform, will the truck operators own their own truck, or will you be investing in those trucks?
We'll be investing in those trucks just because every single case can be very unique in terms of what the size of the case is. Does it need to be refrigerated? Does it need to be frozen? So in order to do that, we'll have to invest in our own trucks, which will be part of that initial evaluation, and it'll have those temperature capabilities inside of it.
That capital investment concerns me, at least in the early stages of your company. Might give some thought to outsourcing.
Okay.
Have you done any research to understand what percentage shortage is currently happening in the restaurant industry?
Yeah, so from the research we conducted, 95% of orders are filled within Chicago restaurants, so we're trying to capture that 5% market of those orders that are shorted.
But going back to that 5% orders that are shorted, the word lumpy is a great word, because what are the products that are shorted? They're going to be different each time.
The
And-
the research that we conducted was that usually if like a pizza joint has a regular order of pizza dough, usually that product's not going to be shorted. We're going to pick up those specialty featured products that they usually have to place a special order for that they might not be able to get from the distributor. The volume during the beginning half of the week is small, but then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, once restaurant volume picks up, we're expected to be pretty high demand.
Have you had conversations with any of the major distributors like Cisco or any of the other food?
Yeah, so I actually worked at Dot Foods for the past 2 summers, which is the largest food redistributor in the nation. Have relationships with a couple food distributors from Cisco and US Foods. So I talked with them, discussed the volume and the ability to integrate our software with theirs. And they thought it was a pretty good idea in terms of the volume would be, they thought.
Excellent, thanks, Matt. Good
Okay,
job.
thanks.
Give him a round. Oh, he's tall. All right, now it's something that all of you can use. Robbie? Tell us about GoBrush.
All right, how's everyone doing?
Good.
All right. When you're All right. When you're traveling, there's already so much you need to bring to make your trip more enjoyable. So why bring 2 separate items when you can combine them into one? That's why we created the GoBrush. It's everything you need for brushing your teeth in one compact portable design. As you rotate the dial at the base of the handle, toothpaste inside is pushed up into the brush head to the desired amount. And when you're done, and the remaining toothpaste is kept fresh inside. It's ideal to take on vacations, on camping trips, and to keep in your office to freshen up before a meeting. And when you're done, it can be recycled. Then, buy your next GoBrush at any place where dental care products are sold near you. The GoBrush, the smart, simple solution for your dental care needs on the go. My name is Robbie Barker, and I'm the Executive Vice President of Marketing and Sales for the GoBrush. While there are other travel toothbrushes on the market, if you combine an innovative design, a functional form factor, and enough toothpaste to last 20 to 25 brushes. Buying a travel toothbrush and 2 3-ounce tubes of toothpaste is expensive and a hassle. Instead, you could buy one GoBrush retailing for $6.49, and when your trip is complete, the GoBrush easily transitions into a usable home product, unlike any other travel toothbrush. The product began and was patented in 2013 by the executive chairman, Dr. Robert Schneider. In addition to getting the patent, Dr. Schneider made an initial investment of $25,000 for the product's prototype and the creation of some marketing materials. Currently, we're looking for an investment of $100,000, $50,000 of which would go towards further product development, and the remaining $50,000 would go towards plant and equipment costs, so we can produce our first order of GoBrushes. As projected, the GoBrush would break even during our 8th month of operation, with a goal of 500,000 units sold at the end of year 2. This would be achieved through retail sales growing at 1.5% per month, or 18% for the year. Now, we also have an advantage unlike any of our competitors. To me, the most exciting component of the GoBrush is the ability to be private labeled and sold for a wholesale price. Hotels, conferences, even retail stores could private label the GoBrush with their own logo. This would fit perfectly into the Hyatt Has It program, where the hotel offers a variety of different goods that are either complimentary or for purchase, but neither of which include a toothbrush or toothpaste. Our goal is to enlarge our wholesale market by month 13, giving the product a year of testing in the marketplace and time for product adjustment to be made within that first year. But the growth does not stop there. And in the US, the toothbrush and dental care accessories industry is saturated with frequent buyers and heavy users, resulting in sales reaching $1.43 billion in 2012. So conservatively speaking, with only a 5% market share, the Go Brush could reach almost 72 million in sales. Now that's a real opportunity. So say goodbye to the inconvenience of having 2 separate items when traveling or in your bathroom sink. Say goodbye to the days of squeezing out a tube of toothpaste. And join us at the Go Brush, the smart, simple solution for your dental care needs on the go. Thank you.
So great product.
Thank you.
But I think we have a little bit of work to do because the price on it is off, in my opinion, in terms of the marketplace and what some of these wholesalers would be looking to pay. One question is, where do you plan? You mentioned manufacturing and plant and developing. You plan on manufacturing here in the States or yourself, or is there a reason why you're not looking to offshore the manufacturing to get it down to less than 50 cents probably per toothbrush to get your cost down and then drive your wholesale price even lower where it's more affordable?
Absolutely. And currently we've been working with plastic molders that are here in the US. So it costs us about $2.17 per brush to make. But really what we're trying to do in our investment is to work on getting those costs as low as possible. And we would consider producing it overseas to really try and keep those costs as low as possible. But the current plastic molders that we've been working with who have been providing us the prototypes, that's the cost that they've been giving us.
So, what do you get? $100,000 investment. How much of the company do you get?
All of it.
No, not that good. So it really depends if you're going to be a strategic investor for us or just a general investor. So if you have possibly connections within the plastic molds industry or a great marketing campaign.
Assume we don't have. Just assume we don't have those connections.
For just a general partner, that's something that really we would want to work with you on a personal level.
Okay.
And there's no equity at the moment that we're putting a number to.
Robbie, you don't say much about the toothpaste. Is that going to be FDA or ADA approved toothpaste?
It is, and that's one thing that we're working with in the product development component of the investment.
And how long does that take to get approval?
I haven't worked with them before personally, but I would expect a couple months to a year.
So right now I'm feeling like shaving my head and becoming Mr. Wonderful because I think a licensing model for this. Thank you, dude. I think a licensing model for this is also very interesting, where major brands, whether Colgate or any of the toothpaste companies, can work with a product like this. And to me, I got excited when I saw this because I think there's a lot of application. I travel a lot, and you go out to a dentist office, they always fill you up with 10 toothbrushes and 7 packages of toothpaste, but ultimately for travel, this is great. And it's simple, a lot of questions in terms of your future R&D. Can you make refillable packets that go inside and refill it? And would you be open to working with a toothpaste company so you can actually use their product to fill it so you don't have to worry about that part of the business either?
So I'll answer the toothpaste question first. We considered and are going to move forward with talking to Tom's Toothpaste to see if we can get their natural product into our Go Brush. We thought originally, and we're still toiling with the idea of maybe Colgate or Crest or whatever might not want to put their toothpaste in our product because that would compete with them on the toothbrush market. It could also complement well, so it would be a matter of working out that deal. But absolutely, we're definitely looking into see if we can try and do a refillable brush, but at the moment, and I have one prototype actually that I just got in this morning.
Can we see it?
Yeah. So this is our second iteration of the prototype. So the first one that you saw on the screen, that was the first prototype. This is the second one. I think we definitely need to slim it down some. There's no toothbrush in there. That's, toothpaste. That's a 3D replica of it. And my dad said that Go Brush needs to go on a diet, actually. So it's a little bulky for right now.
A little bulky. That's a lot bulky.
A lot bulky. So we're definitely going to be using
I
that.
get that through TSA. It doesn't seem like.
We're definitely going to be using that $50,000 towards making more iterations of the Go Brush.
So first off, Nico, I'm really disappointed because I'm from Canada, so I should have been Mr. Wonderful. I do agree with you though on the licensing side. The fundamentals to your business at a $217 cost right now, the way retailers think about margin, that's like a 30-odd% margin because you look at it as a percentage of the $320 that you're looking at wholesaling. There's a lot of cost drivers that we're seeing in here. It's just the cost structure, you're going to be chasing that like crazy. So I would really be looking at, are there ways to license this out and take some revenue, monetize that patent, and move that forward. That's how I'd be looking at it.
And just another bit of advice, because I think you have a good product and you can continue to perfect it and grow it into a great business. But if you're going to go ask for money, you need to know exactly what you're willing to give and how much you want. It's very important because investors could be ready to make a move, and if you don't know what you're willing to give them, you can lose the deal right then and there. So great.
Thank you.
Just a bit of
Thanks,
advice.
Robbie. Thanks. Can you? I've lost control of the clicker. I hate when that happens. Does it? Can I just take it off the video, maybe? How many of you would use this product? Wow. You got something right there in your tooth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How many of you work in an office and wish it could be cleaner? Like a lot cleaner? I know our office is that way. So Anthony's going to tell you a little bit how to do that.
$96 billion. That is what the commercial cleaning industry was worth in 2015. Over the next 4 years, it's expected to grow 2.1%. AJC Enterprises, Inc. is a franchise of Image One. It has been around for 4 years, coming from 2 employees, myself and my brother, and has expanded to 9 employees in 4 years. We provide services from stripping and waxing, carpet cleaning, dusting off a desk, vacuuming and mopping, or even taking out the garbage. My name is Anthony Kahn, and I am the founder and owner of AJC Enterprises, Inc. I am looking for $100,000 for 10% of the company in equity. I am using the $100,000 for a sales staff, an operations staff, and newer and more efficient equipment. Now, the sales staff will help me grow and flourish and expand my business. The operations staff will go into the client, go in and communicate with the client, find out what they want, make sure that they're happy with the cleaning that we are providing, and make sure that they are getting the quality cleaning that they want for their money. They will communicate with the employee and make sure that they're happy with where they are. They will communicate with the employee and make sure that they are doing the correct cleaning for the client. And the equipment. Now there is automated robotic sweepers and scrubbers. If I were to put this in a location that required 2 employees, I can eliminate an employee and have one just maintain that robot. If the robot were to clean while the other person cleaned, I can cut that wage in half, which would increase profitability from that client or customer. My company is currently profitable. As of March 2016, I billed $15,500. After royalties, I had $13,000 left over, and after wages, my biggest expense, I had $8,000 in pure profit. To put growth into perspective, September 2015, I billed $5,300. After royalties, I had $4,000 left, and after wages, again, my biggest expense, I had $2,000 left. I had about a 300% growth increase in a 6-month period. I expect to keep growing in 2016 to $25,000 per month. That is $15,000 past the $10,000 goal that I had for 2015. However, I'm already 1/3 of the way there, and we're only a quarter of the way through the year. I expect to grow to $35,000 by the end of 2017, and to eventually get to $50,000 and $100,000 as time goes on. My target market is all business, and not residential, although I do serve some apartment buildings in the common areas. So we go from theaters, bowling alleys, medical facilities, multi-tenant buildings, anything business related. Some of my competitors are JanPro, Cleantelligent, Janet King. They focus on quantity versus quality. Now, quantity versus quality means that the company is looking to get as many contracts as they possibly can in a short amount of span. I'm going to focus on quality and communication and retainment of my clients and customers. In doing this, it'll help me grow faster and fall out of the percentage that actually most of these companies fall into. 55% of all clients in a contract year are lost because of them focusing on contracts versus quality. They lose business because they do not focus on making the customer happy. Even though customer is key, you need to make the customer happy. So help me make every day a cleaner day for you. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Anthony. You really mopped the floor with that one. Let's see what the judges say.
Well, I have a question about the churn.
With the what?
The churn of
Okay,
the
yeah,
business. So, and you know more about this than I do, but I would think that one of the reasons for the churn is continual price competition and the commoditization of the service. So, does that argue against trying to differentiate yourself through quality rather than basically price and continually getting new contracts?
In my past sales experience, you don't win every bid, you don't win every contract. However, you keep in contact with that customer. And like one of my competitors, Janet King, they are not very popular when it comes to quality. If I keep in contact with them and they do not like the quality of cleaning, I have that contract after that year is up because they will be looking for something that they can get with their money. So it's all about communication. Like I said earlier, you need to keep your contacts and you need to keep following up because a contract can be ended at any time if it's not being fulfilled. So just communication is a key. I know from experience that I will not win every single bid or contract. So it's just about communicating.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Why wouldn't you want 4 or 5 franchises under you?
Under me, I'm actually a franchise. I can franchise out. It would be a little more difficult because I'm so small. As I grow, I would actually like to grow in the Lake County and Cook County region. However, it's just myself running the company. That's where the operations staff and the sales staff would come in. That way, because I cannot be everywhere at once. So I would like to actually cross-train operations staff. So if I were to have employees or something going on in one area, I can have them do the exact same job in another area because I cannot be at both places at the same time.
But John's question is, why don't you use the funding to buy a few more franchises? Be a mogul, will you?
I would like to establish myself here first because if I grow popular here, I'm not known in any other state or any other county. It's all about creating a reputation and building an image for myself. So if I build an image in Illinois and I start being heard out of state, then I can start growing into other states. But right now I'm so unknown, it would be a waste of money, and I think that I could utilize my funds in other areas.
So I'm going to turn it a different way. If you're thinking about being geographically concentrated and you think that the slightly premium type service is a good way to go, why spend the money on being a franchise? Why not do it on your own? With being a franchise, it has some ups and its downs. The ups are not having to spend money on marketing yourself. With Image One, they provide the marketing tool. They'll go on radio shows. They'll have commercials online. So I don't have to I don't have to take my funds and source them out into a marketing area. I can do it myself as well and reinforce that. But with being a franchise, I can focus my funds on actually cleaning rather than having 6 different areas I would need to spend my money, if that answers your question. I mean, it does, but it's a financial analysis that's probably worth doing. If you're doing more word of mouth and you're picking up these contracts because the other people are dropping the ball, that's not because Image One spent money on radio advertising. It's because you've got a quality image. So when you think about, look, your highest cost driver is always going to be labor. So then you look at everything else and you go, how can I bring those down as much as possible? Your next highest cost sounds like the franchise fees.
Well, currently, I do not have a sales staff or an operations staff. Image One provides that. So they will go out and get business, and I can purchase the business from Image One. However, if I go out and get my own business, I do not have to purchase the business. Therefore, I have extra cash in my pocket. So right now, they provide me with the sales and operation services, but I will be more independent, as you're saying, once I have the sales and operations staff.
So, I think it's a service business. The service business is succeed because of the things that you want to do, right? And $1 million valuation, for a business that, you've done $15,000 in whole, and you have to give away a bunch of that money to a franchise, I see as a very uphill battle. I think because you're so focused on quality, you should launch your own brand. I think he's right. I think, focus out, go door to door, win your business, grow your business, and build your own, image too, right? Because I think why make them rich? Focus on your quality, because they're going to benefit from your hard work. So I would focus on building my own business and going out there and lock one customer. And believe me, after one customer, you'll get 2, 3, 4, because just like you're talking about state to state, well, within the state, Dean knows me, and we know each other, and word of mouth goes really fast, and it could help you grow your business.
I've never seen you before in my life. Okay. Great job. Thank you. Give him a round. Hey. This guy has a current business, and some of you I know in the audience actually have a company that could use his services, so get his card. Give him a chance. All right. So Austin and crew are going to come up and talk about why do you need one more app on your phone? You might want to listen to this one. Austin?
Woo. I've been this nervous since junior prom. Let's go. We are a time-poor society. Everyone says it all the time. I always hear not enough hours in the day, attention span is not what it used to be. I know for me personally, if there's a YouTube video longer than 2 minutes, I'm not going to watch it. There's a reason Vine's so successful. We can't watch anything longer than 6 seconds. There's a reason our speeches are barely 4 minutes long, so we had you watch speeches 5 minutes long each. You guys would leave. I would too. But here's the thing. We're so quick to accept waiting in lines. We do that all the time, right? Let's say you're going to a little restaurant here in Lake Forest. You go to Authentico Friday night, right? Here's the thing. They don't take reservations. So you get there. The rest of Lake Forest is there too. You're going to wait for an hour. But you're going to wait because there's nowhere else to go. If you go somewhere else, in the back of the queue. Pick up your kids. Let's say you're a mother of 3, right? You go there Jewel Osco Friday night at 5. Here's the thing. Again, lines everywhere. But you're not going to leave because you don't want to go back to Jewel Osco later. See, there's really no solution for waiting in lines before this. And this is LifeMap. Hi, my name is Austin Gaze, and that's what I'm pitching you today. I'm pitching my application, which is LifeMap, a free crowdsourcing application which congregates data from users in other areas to inform you how busy any given area is at any given time. So like those examples I was listing, you can now, let's say, click on Authentico, my restaurant that I was talking about. You can see how busy it is right there. There's an open table. You can take an Uber through my app. You're there in 10 minutes. The app helps you avoid lines. But the other question is, how does it make money? Now, like I said, it's a free application, so I don't make money through downloads. But what I do make money through is through advertisement and business consulting. I'll get to that second one in a second. So LifeMap offers a very unique opportunity in that it offers location-based advertising. And what that means is, unlike a billboard that you put in the middle of Lake Forest saying, hey, come to the Lantern. Let's be my example. There's a little restaurant here everyone likes to go to. Let's come to the Lantern. Now, the thing is, LifeMap can offer to advertise directly to your users. And it also helps you advertise to the right demographic. Now, the Lantern has a few different types of demographics. Let's say on Thursday nights, the demographic are college students, hopefully 21, there to drink a few $1.50 beers and get out of there. You're not going to send them an advertisement for $2 off your burger. You're going to send an advertisement saying, if you use LifeMap, I'll give you $2 off your Uber right now to come in. But also, you can look at another demographic. See that on Tuesday afternoons, you see an influx of people over 35 coming in a group, coming from outside of Lake Forest. You can make the presumption that maybe there are people from businesses around the area. LifeMap can collect that area, collect that information, tell you what the demographic is, help you create an advertisement saying, if a group of 6 or more comes in, 10% off your meal. So now you're pulling in the correct demographic at the right time. It can even tell you the characteristics, like I was saying, of that demographic and help you find other people in that area that share that demographic and bring them into your business. So now instead of just putting up a random advertisement, you're getting the bang for your buck. I'm looking for $60,000 for 15% equity in my business. The reason I do that is because I fully believe that even the most conservative estimations that LifeMap will make over $400,000 by year 4 alone. Excuse me. Here's the thing. I truly believe this is the next big idea. Crowdsourcing information is a very logical step in using smartphones. The question is, will LifeMap be that step? So that's why I'm asking for your guys' help. LifeMap. Don't wait in a line again.
Okay, you nailed the pitch. That was good. I have a feeling Paul and Nico, they're pretty good at this digital stuff. Might have some pretty hard questions for you here.
Let me ask just incentive question first. What's the incentive for someone at the Lantern to say, hey, it's really crowded?
So we had talked about this when I first created this idea, was that LifeMap was completely based on user input. And someone had said, like you said, what if I just don't want to put in that information? Well, the nice part is LifeMap can do that for you. So just by walking in, you count as a data point. And the same way Foursquare works, just by having the application on your phone, all you have to do is walk into any business that is on Google Maps, per se. And then when I pitched this last time, I talked to another one of the competitors, CJ Black, absolute genius, and he said, this information already exists. And I was like, really? So he told me, through Facebook and Google, I can collect information about all these businesses. Even if you just Google, say, the Lantern, Google will tell you, here are the peak times. But the thing is, it won't tell you live updates. So that's where I'm setting a base of information with this information from Google, with Facebook, and then creating a large information of data from LifeMap users, if that makes sense.
So Liam, how many seats are there in the Lantern?
So for example, that's one of those things where I think I'd have to start by going based on how many people are there. I'm seeing the peak times. I can see if the peak times is 100 people, then now I can kind of establish that's probably the full amount. Because I can't go to every single business in the very beginning.
Right.
So that's probably how I would...
It's kind of my point. So
Yeah.
here's the thing where I'm just a bit confused. Are you a big data company? Because I got intrigued in thinking about the value of being able to take some predictive analytics and to be able to help businesses. Or are you a coupon app, ready to be the next Groupon? Or are you the next ad platform? I think you really have to sharpen
I would say big
who you
data.
are.
Yes.
'Cause-
On the front end, I would say it's very simple of helping people avoid lines. But on the back end, like you said, it's collecting information about businesses and helping them learn more about themselves, kind of like you were saying. So, right in the very beginning, I'm not going to be able to tell you how many people are in the Lantern, but over a few months, I'll be able to see if the peak is consistently 120, it's safe to assume that's how many people fit in that area, instead of going to each one and finding out. The data can kind of help us solve that issue.
So there's some heavy lifting ahead
Yes.
on that level of predictability, because if you assume that 5 people that go in the Lantern are using LifeMap, then next thing you know, that's 5 if there's 120. Being able to build to that data is going to be a challenge. I think there's a lot more that has to be done to figure out.
And that's what I was
how to get
discussing
to
with
that.
the idea on taking the information from Google, right? So Google can already tell me the peak amount of people in the Lantern at a time. That information's already there, but it doesn't do it at a live update. So that was kind of the differentiation with LifeMap, is that it can tell you up to date instead of just overall. So that information kind of already exists-ish.
I'm not trying to design your app for you, but would it be possible for me to basically say, is Authentico busy?
Yes.
And it would basically buzz on
You
people's
can
phones?
type in Authentico, you could pull up the map, you could zoom, you could click
No,
on
I'm talking
Authentico.
about like the people who are in Authentico, just hey, is it busy in there?
Yes, that was also one of the ideas, was say you click on Authentico.
Yeah.
You're seeing a live update of any users that are in that area, you're seeing social media, integration with Yelp, you can see reviews. The point is to also have that there as well. But the main, very simple point I was making was how busy it was. But there's also ways to integrate.
Maybe you integrate with Tinder, so now you can start swiping. And now you got a business model.
I went at it the whole wrong way. Oh, man.
So have you, you've obviously thought about this long and hard, and you have a good friend there who gave you some insights in terms of other technologies available out there. But it certainly is a very crowded space, and when you look at apps like Waze, right, which recently was acquired by Google, and great app, it makes convenience in driving to work, knowing which route to go. I hate lines. If I had a way to understand that I'm going to have to wait in line and not go, it would be great. But it sounds like there's a lot of work that you would need to do in order to build that data up. And then while Google already has it, for them it's one move away from changing their model or adding your idea. They're there tomorrow, and that would be really risky for me. But I think you got a great presentation. I think I think everybody here so far has been great on presentations. Continue to work on the product and really think it through, because it is a great space. It's the future. You guys are the future. So I would continue to think about how you can find something really unique, and it'll come to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good job. Could your app blow up all the other apps on my phone? Because that's what I want. And now for something completely different at the halfway mark. I'm not even going to introduce this one. Oh, Kyle, you want to tell them a little bit about person?
Alrighty, everyone in this room has experienced, at one point or another, the fear, the helplessness of being trapped in a high-rise. Imagine this. You're on the 80th floor. A catastrophic fire breaks out on the 40th floor. The stairs are blocked. The elevator's out. The highest a fire truck ladder can reach is 100 feet. Your cell phone can't help you anymore. Your only escape option is ParaSafe. Hi, my name's Kiel Zorno, founder and inventor of ParaSafe. ParaSafe is a single-use, universal, emergency personal parachute. ParaSafe is universal thanks to its adjustable straps. It's able to fit multiple heights and multiple weights. Speaking of weight, ParaSafe is able to hold up to 300 pounds thanks to its high-quality Cordura construction. Now, although ParaSafe can hold up to 300 pounds, it doesn't mean it's big or bulky. ParaSafe can be stored inside your cubicle or within an arm's reach of your cubicle. ParaSafe is extremely easy to use. It has the instructions printed on the backpack parachute itself, telling you how to adjust it, how to put it on, how to pick a safe landing spot, and how to break the window. Now, when it comes to breaking the window, ParaSafe provides you with a patented T-handle that is designed to break commercial glass. Our primary target market for ParaSafe is commercial and residential high-rises. There are over 6,000 high-rises in New York City alone. There are over 1,000 in Chicago. By the year 2050, the world's population is going to be 9 billion. Now what this means is that major metropolitan areas will be forced to build upward instead of outward, creating more and more of our target market. The only other competitor on the market right now is the SOS parachute. Now, the SOS parachute is not adjustable. It's a custom-only order item. It costs in excess of $5,000. It's extremely expensive. And it needs to be repacked every 6 months to guarantee its FAA certification. Now, ParaSafe is not FAA certified, nor do we ever intend to be. That's because ParaSafe is a one-time only emergency item. So, how much would you pay for a life-saving device when you need one? ParaSafe is extremely affordable at $1,614. At this price, we're going to make 30% of our money, or over $400 for every one of them sold. I'm asking you for an $18,000 investment today into ParaSafe. Please invest in ParaSafe today to make the world's high-rises a safer place.
You, no photos, no pictures, no demo?
Photos, no pictures.
You know,
I'm actually scared of heights.
Yeah, me too. I was in a board meeting in Sears Tower yesterday. I could have used a ParaSafe to get that. It was not a good meeting.
So I have a question. The tool that you use to break open the window,
Yes,
can you also use it to keep away the people without the parachutes?
you could. Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
If you wanted. It's not recommended.
I actually have a real anecdote. I was in the Sears Tower at 9/11, and that was the next building to be targeted. There was a Goldman Sachs head of the trading desk who actually, after that, bought parachutes for all his desk. And he was almost fired for that. So I'm kind of torn on this. I think it would be, certainly companies would be very, very divisive. And I think I'd be very uncomfortable with lots of people with these sharp implements that could break open windows. And I think it might create chaos if there was a fire in the building. But I could be wrong, and this could, I'm just giving you that anecdote as to where I'm coming from on this.
I think the only way we know if you're wrong, give us some insights on what SOS is doing. Do you have any sales figures for them, or?
You currently cannot buy an SOS. It's just a product with a website. You can't actually buy one on their website. So they haven't actually sold one yet.
Okay.
Is your product patented? You say proprietary technology.
Yes, so what makes ParaSafe different is it's a one-way waterproof breakable zipper that encapsulates the canopy. And that's what allows us to go longer than 6 months without being repacked.
And that's patented?
That's not patented yet, no.
Okay.
So you said that $1,600 is a selling price. Are you assuming that you would be the direct seller of it, or that you'd have distributors selling this?
I'm open to distributors, but initially I would like to control the sales directly through myself.
Okay, well, good, because if you're saying that your cost is $1,200?
It's $1,100.
$1,100. Okay, so you're $1,100, selling it for $1,600, so you're a little over 30-odd% is what your actual selling margins are. That's pretty slim, given you're going to need a lot to get that really off the road. That's gross margin. There's a lot that's going to have to go into getting the sales in place, educating people, liability insurance for all the falling glass that's like cutting the crap out of people on the road underneath.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of challenges there from a cost and pricing standpoint.
Yeah. The reason why I priced it the way I did is I want to take the whole market. I feel like the SOS, the reason they haven't...
All 12 units? No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
The reason the SOS hasn't sold is I feel like the price is too high right now. Coming in with a price like that, I feel like it's very desirable, especially for a device that can save your life at the time when you need it. They say life is priceless.
Have you thought about going to a lessor financing system where you go to a building and you say, I'll give you one for every inhabitant, and you lease them from me, and you pay off the debt on the other side, so then you've got a $200 a month cost or maybe a $200 a year cost, who knows what it is.
Yeah, currently we are looking into the possibility of leasing them, but I do want to update the technology over time, and so I don't want to take them back. That's the only kicker there.
You can work with a leasing company that would help you finance those leases. I think that's a really good idea, John.
How would you know if they didn't work?
Oh, you'd know. You'd know pretty quick.
We would never send out a product.
Who would tell you?
You'd know after.
We would never send out a product without putting it through full testing. It's the same concept as a base jumping backpack.
$18,000 for is for volunteers to test it?
What was that?
Is that what the $18,000 is, to find volunteers to test it?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
So the question is, I'm thinking about, I would never jump out of an airplane. I was just talking about this last night at dinner with somebody who experienced watching his friends splat on the ground because both parachutes, the backup didn't open up either, and this guy had 250 jumps. So my question is, how risky is it when you break a window and you're jumping off of some building, the 50th floor or the 80th floor, and you're not going to hit somebody else that's next to you or fly into the building? I mean, isn't that high risk? Is that maybe one of the reasons why SOS hasn't sold any?
The highest risk right now is how close the buildings are. Of course, that the closer they are, the tougher it is. But the canopies that we are using come from a military background. And when the military jumps out of planes, they just go one after the other. And the parachutes are actually designed to hit and bump up against each other, and they're not going to tangle, they're not going to get caught on stuff. So if you have a clear area, the parachute will deploy in less than a second. And there's two ways to deploy it. You can either pull it, or you can have someone throw the parachute out behind you too. If you let's say pass out.
I got it.
How much of the company do we get for 18 grand?
I'm going to give you a 20% return on your money within a year if you invest 18 grand.
Oh, so we're loaning you the money and you're giving us... Oh, so it's not an equity investment? It's
Not an equity investment.
So how would you do that in a year?
I'm going to sell a lot of them.
That's good.
Good answer. How many of you want one of those? I want one. I just don't want to use it. I'm afraid.
Thank you.
Good job. Hey, I'm noticing something. You guys are not good at following instructions. You're supposed to come up here and take pictures and tweet them out. I'm monitoring the Tweety Bird. There's only like a few tweets. Come on. Are you guys all on like cooler networks? Like the younger networks? So this is meant to be disruptive. Come up, take pictures, interrupt us. It's okay. All right. Next up, everybody getting hungry? We're almost done here. Well, you're going to get hungrier now. Darius, tell us about your next project.
Thank you.
Do we have demos? We have samples?
No samples today.
Pictures.
Did I mention we're hungry?
You did.
You almost
What kind of a pizza guy doesn't bring samples?
We do a lot for pizza.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Oh, wait, scratch and sniff. Hold on. Oh, it's good.
Did you know that there are over 2,300 calories in a large pepperoni pizza from Domino's? And that 30 minutes is just way too long to wait for a pizza. Sharks, my name is Darius Balachek. I'm the CEO and founder of The Pizza Station, seeking $200,000 for 25% equity stake in my company, The Pizza Station. Food and restaurants have changed dramatically over the past 10 years, and consumers are demanding more from both. On the food side of it, consumers want healthier ingredients in the foods that they eat. On the restaurant side of it, they want a faster service rate. Above all, they want a reasonable price for the food they're paying for. I have perfected the assembly line model to cater towards pizza. My restaurant creates 9-inch, fully customizable, personal pizzas with healthier, more wholesome ingredients in a from-scratch kitchen at a faster service rate and a price you can't refuse. Now let me illustrate this for you. I want you all to come into my restaurant and say, Darius, I want a gluten-free pizza. I'll give you that. Station 1 is dough. We stretch it out right in front of you. Then we go to Station 2. We got 3 sauces for you and a blend of mozzarella cheese. Station 3 is toppings, and we have a whole bunch of toppings, and they're always growing. So if you're a vegetarian, we could put spinach, tomatoes, mushrooms, garlic, put it in the oven. That's Station 4. And it'll be out to you within 5 minutes. We have 3 target markets. Our primary target market are the foodies. These people love food. They want to change their taste and experience different type of pizzas every time that they come into the restaurant. Second target market is the dinner crowd. Primarily families coming in looking for a great meal, enjoy themselves with their families. And probably our priority market is the lunch rush. As a businessman, my time is extremely important to me. So how important it is to you, I can only imagine. I know that you have 30 minutes to get in, out, get your food, scarf it down, back to your office, back to your busy day. So now let's talk financials. I sell a pizza for $9.50. Costs me $5.70 to make. 210 pizzas a day, 6,500 pizzas a month, equates to just over 78,000 pizzas a year. Put a 2% growth rate on it, you got $1 million in sales. Month 7, I start making profit, start sending you that check, and we end the year with $10,000 in profit. Now what am I going to do with your money? $200,000 is going to go towards operational capital. So we're talking ovens, refrigerators, prep tables, the dough maker, and any other knickknacks that I need to run the business. I'm investing $250,000 of my own money into it. I've secured a loan for $100,000 from JP Morgan. Sharks, I need dough. Who wants to make it with me? Dough!
Now I am hungry.
Me too.
So how do you calculate your price on your pizza, the cost?
The cost? So I'm using a cost-based method. So I know that toppings vary in price. Pepperoni costs me $0.25. But then fresh spinach costs me like 60 cents per pound, right? And so I'm taking an aggregate average of all the toppings that I have.
Is there a limit on how many toppings you can have? Because that will affect your cost.
It is unlimited. I know that's where the averaging cost method comes in for the toppings. Unlimited, we will suggest to not put as many toppings on it. I used to work at a pizza place, and most people don't put more than 6 toppings on it. If they do, it comes mushy, and it's almost inedible because it's still wet from the dough.
So that's what you're figuring your average cost
Yes,
on.
exactly.
So how do you differentiate the Pizza Station versus people like Mod Pizza and Blaze and some of these others that seem like they've already got a brand out there, already accomplishing exactly what you're talking about?
Great question. I've been to Blaze Pizza the first time, and I've always refused to go to it. It's because I had this idea years ago. So I refused to go to it. So
it's like a principle thing for you.
Exactly. So have you ever seen them make the dough? Or how do you think it comes in? I want to have an open floor plan where you know what you're getting into. It's kind of like Chipotle, where you walk in and you see them cooking in the back, chopping the vegetables. I think
Chipotle might not be your best example.
I know it's not.
Just saying.
It's definitely not the best example, but it's the closest I can relate to. Because an open floor plan where you have...
It's Chipotle without the food poisoning. It's really.
I'm still hungry.
The whole point is to open floor plan, make it transparent to see what you are getting in your food. So you'll see somebody cutting vegetables. You'll see dough being made. You'll see, I stretch the dough out right in front of you. You know exactly what you're getting the moment you get it, and you're going to enjoy it because it's so good.
So I've been to Mod a bunch of times, and they drive me nuts because the one person that's having the gluten-free pizza, that pizza has to come along, then they got to like double glove, then they got to do all this stuff, and it slows it down. Now I'm standing in line, and I'm waiting. It's a total pain in the ass. Now I'm thinking about what you're saying, and it's appealing as a foodie, thinking about somebody chopping up those vegetables at $8 an hour, and now it's slowing down even further, because now I got more people in there for you, thinking labor cost, and I've still got these other elements that are potentially driving costs up. So I would just be challenged. I love the idea. I mean, I think it's the right way to go on pizza, but I think you got to really be tight on some of those elements that are going to potentially be just the absolute pain in the butt for you. You know, any restaurant lives and dies on the loss of the product that's going in and the labor costs, and you have potential risk on both ends of that.
Yeah, that's a great point, and I've been thinking about that lately. There is cycles during the day between busyness and slow times and foot traffic. So we would plan to prep beforehand during those slow times from 2 to 5, and then kick back in. And if we need an emergency prep in the middle, that's when we would do it.
So what are your growth plans and what are your locations?
So growth plans, we want to. So my first restaurant that I envision would be in California, just because it's kind of like the food central. There's a bunch of different types of varieties of food there, and I plan to open the first one there. And from there, we aggressively attack everywhere. And if we happen to get bigger than Mod or Blaze, just acquire them and put a new label on the front door.
Done.
So definitely the gluten-free issue is a big one, because you have to have a clean station, so you can't do the same thing in the same station. So that was a great point. And I also, when you make your dream come true, and hopefully you do take their label down and grow to that level, I would limit the number of toppings. You make it 2 and then charge an extra for the rest. You have to have some control on your cost, because if everybody walks in there and starts adding the most expensive toppings, you're not going to have any control on your costs. So
is this why Greeks have more profitable restaurants?
I'm telling you.
Italians.
Actually, my friend just he has an Italian pizza place called Masa in Elmwood Park, and his big thing is pizza, and they have the brick oven, and it's amazing, and it takes 5 minutes to make it, and but he's got down to the science, and it took a lot of work. And it's a lot of work, but it's a great idea, and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
A road trip for you.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Good job, thanks. Oh, that's what I was looking for. All right, how many of you heard of something called fintech? It's not a dolphin. It's a category of startups, and Chicago is one of the epicenters of fintech. And I was in London a couple weeks ago. There was dozens of fintech companies. So that's about what you're about to hear next. And CJ, did I hear that you endorsed LifeMap, like one of your competitors? You actually endorsed it?
No, it's a tangential.
Or was Austin just overselling there, or what was going on?
I'd like to thank Austin for the introduction earlier. So my name is CJ Black. I'm CEO and co-founder of Trade Defender. We're a C Corp in Delaware, and we're asking for $65,000 for 5% of our company. And what we do is we do financial analytics for individual, non-professional, or retail traders in the equity option space. And that sounds pretty boring, because it is. But there is a lot of money here. According to the Tab Group in Wall Street Journal in 2013, retail options trading accounted for more than 23% of the traded volume in options markets. That's tens of billions of dollars per day, or over 3.5 million contracts. Even if that was 2.3% or 0.23%, that's billions of dollars a day in nominal traded volume. There's a lot of money here. So what's the problem? Banks, hedge funds, and trading firms have a strong informational advantage over individual traders. They have a concentration of capital and people, and they're able to have better analytics and better insight. So the solution is Trade Defender. We are the organizing factor there, the same way that a development group inside of a bank or a hedge fund would develop internal analytics. But we just do it for the mass of retail traders that are out there. We bridge the information gap by providing individual traders with the most valuable elements of these institutional platforms. There are a lot of parts of institutional platforms that are not necessary for retail traders, and that allows us to bring the cost down. So what's our edge? We have an innovative infrastructure that allows us to provide these features at a lower cost, not only than banks and hedge funds and trading firms, but than that of our competitors. Here are some of our competitors. You'll notice they're very expensive. These are all per month figures, and the free one provides very little. It's very limited in scope. But what we provide is all the features of all of these companies you see here. They're all very niche trading platforms for very select and specific trading strategies. Here are our prices. We have free tier, $25, $50, and $75 a month. We aim to keep our average per user per month cost around $50. Here are our projections. I used as a basis for this, the fintech industry between 2013 and 2015 has roughly quintupled in size in terms of investment. That's a 7% month-over-month growth rate with compounding. So I added 300 and 800 basis points to get 10%, 15% growth by June of 2019. So at the 10% growth mark, at the $10 a month, $25 a month, and $50 a month tiers, we have these per month revenues, which roughly translate to $418,000 to $1.1 million or $2.1 million in annualized revenue. At the 15% mark, you'll see these figures increased up to $662,000 on a per month basis in terms of revenue for $1.6, $4, and $8 million in annualized revenue. Now mind you, our per unit margin on each unit, on each user, is over 90%. So and the best part is that we have collateral value. Most software startups have no liquidation value. If there are no users, there's no money coming in, that's it. It's the end. Nobody gets their money back. Our platform allows for the turnkey creation of any sort of fintech startup. So in the event that we don't make any money, we completely fail, we shut down tomorrow, the value of what we've built to new fintech startups, companies that are looking to add additional analytics to their platform, has enough collateral value that a creditor would be able to receive their entire investment plus interest back, very likely, even if we never make a dollar. On top of that, the value of our platform is that we may be able to, in the future, open up a business-to-business service to allow for fintech startups to more easily start themselves up off of our platform, off of our infrastructure. So, thank you.
All right, Sharks, what do you think?
So what's the value of it? If no customers are there and they haven't seen the value, what makes you think that another fin startup or another trading firm would see value in it? Is it based
Well, the
on
value is that the marketplace for retail analytics right now is very fragmented and it offers very little. What we do is we offer the totality of features that are out there for retail analytics for individual traders and options markets, and we combine them together for a lesser cost overall in a singular platform.
Have you talked to other firms that kind of quantify that or
Yes.
qualify that?
Yeah. I've spoken with individual traders as well as professional traders about what's out there. Yeah.
So what is your marketing plan?
So our marketing plan is right now our timeline is to get to a beta version, which will happen in tens of days. Our first versions are nearly ready. We've written over 100,000 lines of code. And so we plan now to enter a closed beta with both professional and non-professional traders to really hone the product and polish it. And then by end summer 2016, we hope to open it up to retail traders and start marketing at industry events as well as online when people search for things like brokerages or competitors' platforms.
So the challenge of that, because I was about to ask a similar question from the marketing side, is how are you going to acquire new customers? If you're going to go through paid search, for example, your cost per click on financial services keywords are well in the dollars.
Yes.
They're probably, your cost per acquisition of new customers is in the hundreds of dollars.
Well, I think I can answer that because that isn't how you would market this. There are forums that are very well populated by retail investors. And so,
Are you answering his question?
Did you already invest, Liam? Is that what we're doing?
no.
I can expand upon that.
I was told we could banter, and you know, I actually know a lot about this because I do my own
See,
trading.
because I know nothing about it. That's why I'm asking.
So I just
Well,
want.
you're perfect then.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
if
Yeah,
if
go
I
ahead.
may,
You can answer.
one of our advantages is there's only one platform out there that allow you to integrate your brokerage platform and your existing accounts into the platform so you can evaluate risk. We're the second. And we do that for both TD Ameritrade and E-Trade, whereas our competitor only does it for TD Ameritrade, and they do the risk analysis to a much, much, much lesser extent.
Yeah,
So
that's
one
what I
of our-
said.
Just like this. So here's my ignorant question for you. I think that what you're describing as a platform makes me think that you could be a great platform company. You could create, an SDK for others. You could do all sorts of neat stuff.
We have.
See, I threw that acronym in there. But I'm just wondering, the quality of the information that would make me want to trust what you're saying with my money as a retail investor. That's the part you haven't really talked about. And I don't really understand where. And again, maybe that's the easy part.
So that's one of the critical differences between our platform and those of our competitors. Our competitors say, here's our analysis, now go trade, pay us for it. We say, here's an immense amount of data, here are a lot of tools that we've taken to take all of the hard parts and all the mathematical figuring out of it. Do what you will. Do your own analysis, come to your unique conclusions, and set up your unique trading strategy. We're the only player in the market that allows for that.
So are you targeting the more sophisticated?
Yes, generally speaking,
Trader,
the people who use this platform already trade options. And one of the beautiful parts is that the Options Something Commission, OCC, recently did a study in 2015 that showed that of options traders that are retail, non-professional, they do seek to add on to their analytics suite. They do want to pay more money for more analytics. So even if we don't take any of the market share, there's burgeoning market share. It's trying to grow. There's just not enough platforms out there.
That's good. Sounds like you might have a licensing opportunity with the bigger players too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, we've come to the last presentation of the evening. How many of you went to camp when you were a kid? Remember your mom used to send you those cool care packages, have all the nice little nummies in there? So, yes, you remember, huh? So Christina's going to give us a little spin on that. Do you need this?
Yeah, I do. Here you go. Is your beloved one sick, stressed, or just feeling down? Is distance in work preventing you from showing them your love and affection? Wellnex can help. Hi, my name is Kristina Simeunovic, and I'm a CEO of Wellnex, and we bring back the healthiest organic remedies to the market. We're a service company that delivers personalized care packages that are designed to treat common ailments. According to the U.S. National Institute of Health, average adult suffers from cold 4 to 6 times a year, and children even more. People spend billions of dollars on medication that just relieves minimum symptoms of the illness or duration of the illness. Organic foods and herbs are increasing, getting a lot of attention because of their very nature of the cure. They're simple, inexpensive, no chemicals, and easy to use. However, when you're sick, you don't have the energy to go out and shop for these ingredients or search for these ingredients. And thus your parents become worried because there's nothing they can do from a great distance. Thus, my product is designed for busy families, especially women, that have their beloved ones in colleges, boarding schools, hospitals, elderly homes, military, etc. Gifting industry is a $30 billion industry, and it's increasing in sales because of e-commerce capabilities becoming more efficient. With all of this, there's increased competition. However, there's no company like Wellnex that delivers health-oriented products. Most of the companies in the market deliver junk food as care packages or toys and flowers as feel-better gifts. These companies, such as HipKits, CarePackages.com, and Well Baskets, don't have their packages personalized, or they can't make their deliveries within 24 hours. So how does Wellnex work? On our website, which is in process, you get to choose from 6 themed packages that are pre-designed. These packages have different products within them based on a theme, such as stress relief, feel better product packages, etc. You also get to design your own care package if you want for a premium charge. Our main supplier will be a producer of products and supplements called Dr. Mercola that has 1.5 million subscribers and is located in Chicago. Other suppliers will be Select Nutrition and Frontier Products Co-op, which are supposed to be the best organic suppliers to Whole Foods. Our company will be a home-based company. We will deliver across the nation. However, we will not bear the costs of the delivery, and the price will depend on the listings by USPS and FedEx. So what's in for Wellnex? We make a $30 profit for each care package. Why? Because we're a home-based business, and thus we have low overhead costs. So if we sell 450 packages a month, the first year we'll make a profit of $160,000. Today, I'm asking from you $40,000 for initial marketing and inventory in exchange for 25% of the equity. Show your beloved ones you care by investing in Wellnex today.
So it sounds like the key to your growth success once you set up your initial model is being able to get in other home operators. So how do you, am I right on that?
How do you mean home operators?
So you say it's a home-based business.
Oh, yes.
In order to grow, I assume you have to have home-based businesses in different locations
Yes.
other than in Lake Forest.
Yes, because also we were thinking of expanding and buying from the local businesses. So if you're at Lake Forest College and you have a company here, you can buy and promote the growth of small organic producers and sell their products to the colleges or elderly homes around. So yes, having more home-based businesses will be a key, and not growing as a company corporate, not corporate, but home-based, staying home-based. Yes.
So you have officers' compensation of $108,000 per year.
Yes.
Who's the officer?
Sign me up.
Yeah. Can I
It's three
apply?
of us. Yeah,
Okay, so
initially.
You feel better now, right?
What a great line you were going to use.
just to be a real bad cop, I looked up Wellnex. I googled it, and there's a trademark.
There's not.
Okay, well, it's used as a product, and it says TM next to it, so it might be wrong, but it's
Tom Moore, I think.
Is that right?
Okay.
All I'm saying
I
it's
checked
used
that.
already in the health industry.
Okay. I checked it 3 months ago. It wasn't.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe.
Do you own the domain name?
Oh yes, domain name
Yeah.
is free.
So you
Yes.
own wellnex.com
Oh, yes.
already?
Yes, I do.
It's a trademark.
Yeah, it's true.
What does the audience think of the idea? Would you like to get one of these in the mail? Interesting.
So you said you make $30 profit per package?
Oh yes.
Is that like an average, or is it?
That's an average because my products based on the package. So you have Feel Better package. That's a basic package, and it has teas, foods, herbs, thermometers, tissues, books. I forgot to mention that. Books on recipes that you use in order to get guidance on how to use those stuff. Those books will be initially written by somebody else, but then it will be by me.
So what is the average cost?
65 to 95, and average cost is $35 per
Okay.
basket. Yes.
How could you scale this up faster?
Like Miss Susan said, just have multiple home
That's a
businesses.
lot of manpower, that's a lot of coordination.
Yes.
That's a lot of it.
Scaling would not be done soon until we start and see how people react.
It's almost like the Avon person
Oh
or
yes,
something.
yes,
I mean,
like
it's the same
Avon.
concept,
Yes, yes.
isn't it?
Yes, that's it.
All right, good job. Fantastic. Thank you. All right, we have come to the fun part of the program. This is the audience participation part. Can we bring the lights up, please? We are now going to work the woofometer. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's not do woofing. It's on loan from the Dog Day. Those of you that don't know about it, you should come to Dog Day. John Dick, one of our sharks, actually is involved in running that. It's how they rate the top dogs in Lake Forest. And when I say top dogs, I don't mean like, people. So here's what we're going to do. While the judges are deliberating, Darlene and I are going to go over and kind of help them occasionally. But we just want to run through each company real quick. For those of you with the short-term memory problem, I have provided slides. And what we have here is a actual audience meter. So the louder you yell into this thing, the better it's going to be registered. And scientifically, he's going to figure out how to actually rate it. So I think there should be an app for this, but what am I to say? I'm just a tech guy. I think there is one, actually. So let's go on to the first company and see what you guys think. On the applause-o-meter, tell me what you would do for food fill distribution. Why don't you come up on stage? Probably need to calibrate our machine a little bit here. All right. Yeah. Oh, do you have a science degree or anything? Are you qualified for this job? Or what kind of qualifications do we have? Good. I went to Paris. Big deal. All right. Let's go to the next one. Go Brush.
Higher side of 4.
Survey says high 4, almost a 5. A little more. There you go. Nice. That's very scientific. Come on. All right. You guys know what's coming next, right? Life map. You got dirty offices. Who wants? No, I'm sorry. Image 1. I jumped ahead. Image 1. Clean your office. Survey says our machine's broken, I think. Or we've got a great audience. It's a great audience. Yes, that's what it is. All right, now we can move on to Austin's life map. Everything's fantastic. That's the way we're going to be tonight. Well, there's a shocker. Okay. All right, now, how many of you want to jump out of a building with Parasafe? Let's hear it. I'm the one with the clipboard. You're writing stuff down. That's good. All right. Oh, ooh. All right. I'll keep my mouth shut. I know we're all hungry. We want to go home. But first, we're going to go to Pizza Station. How many would you love to have this down the street from you? I'd say he invited a few people, maybe. I don't know. Now, I know fintech is a complicated subject, but whoa! Apparently, you're all hungry is what that means. Now, y'all remember what fintech is now, right? Everyone's an expert? Okay. So, complicated stuff, I know, but what do you think of Trade Defender? CJ has some student-athlete friends, I see. That's awesome. How the hell do you... Whoa, all right, CJ, you're in the club. In the club. And last but not least, the care package from camp. Gosh, I want one of those like tomorrow when I get home. How about, what do you think of Wellnex? It's a 4 or 5 almost. Wow. All right. Thank you for participating, audience. Our judges have ignored everything you've said, and they're working very diligently to actually count up their scores. I'd say there was not a bad presentation tonight. Some really cool ideas. Don't you love the entrepreneurial spirit, what just kind of oozes out here on stage? Let's give our student entrepreneurs a round of applause. Up, everybody. I guess you're athletes, too. So, rare moment. You guys can shout out any questions you want to any of them real quick. Just get some final input. And if you have a check, they'd appreciate that even more, or an order. Questions? Just jump right in. We don't even have to call on you. No, he doesn't have any pizza samples. I'm sorry.
How can we go to dinner without a line?
There we go. How to go to dinner without a line.
Yeah, where? Right now, after we're done.
Deer Path Inn's open until 10. That's where I'm going because it's the only place open.
You know I've got a reservation.
Have the life map and the pizza station considered a partnership?
We talked about it.
Beautiful idea. Life Map and Pizza Station partnership.
He's getting the first bit. How can we get all 8 of these conjoined together?
And I wouldn't listen to all the Greek input. Italians, we love all the ingredients out there. You just got to take out the water before you put it. Never mind. All right. Who else? Question in the back, Chuck.
Who's an actual buyer?
Natural.
Oh, a natural.
Someday when you exit.
I can't. I don't.
Who let the investment banker in there?
Who would buy into my business?
No, who would actually buy it eventually?
Oh, he would buy my natural buyer.
The art of the exit.
Someone mentioned that Waze sold for $5.4 billion to Google. So, would mind doing that.
You guys good? I'm stalling as best I can. We done? We're good. Fucking hey. Are we giving out any of the 10 grand? Jim, we need some testers. They need beta testers. All right, the judges are almost ready. Another question in the back? An aspiring entrepreneur student? All right, you guys can take your seats. We are ready to give out some dough. I guess I'll use the pizza guys. That was pretty funny. So we got 2 rounds here. What's on the brochure says third place is whatever, $250. You know, we don't have a big budget. Second place, $500. Third place, $750. We're going to do that first. Then we're going to come back. We have a group called the Lake Forest College Entrepreneurial Board, and we have all put together a fund of $10,000, and we're going to give that money away tonight as well to whoever we want. So first, yes. Somebody can walk out with 10 grand, but we'll see. So we'll do the first 3 prizes, take a quick photo. Is our photographer ready? Because we're going to go quick here, and then we'll come back for the big checks. So with that, Darlene, you want to join me? The officiate. So, for third place, earning $250. It's a lot of money. If you put a 0 after, it's really even more. Christina from Wellnex. Come on down. Or up. Up's good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Just stand there and hold that like you really love it. All right. Next up, Robbie from Gold Brush, $500. All right. Thank you. Good job. Don't forget what John said. Look into that toothpaste certification stuff, though. Oh, here's a shocker. All right. In first place. Remember I said how hot FinTech was? CJ from Trade Defender. Do you always travel with your group, CJ? You've got an entourage that travels with you everywhere, right? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Just hold it there. Quick photo. Okay, cool. Good job, guys. You can actually stay up here. Just kind of go over there, in front of the woofometer. Liam, you want to join me up here? And John and Susan. All the board members would be good. Oh, hell, everybody come up. What the heck? Come on.
We'll just sit here and
Come on, guys. Sorry. All right. Let's see.
First of all, I want to make a formal complaint. We were open to bribery, and this is all we got. I didn't even get any pizza.
I thought for sure we're getting pizza.
I know, yeah, well.
I stand. Don't let them see.
We gave it a lot of hints.
Don't let them see.
Okay, I feel a little bit like Steve Harvey here. I want to make sure I don't make a mistake.
So I'm going to sort.
Yes. So, I just want to say a couple of things before we give this out. We thought it would be exciting and interesting and good for the college and good for the participants if we try to get some real money And we thought about different ways of using that money, and we thought 10,000 was a nice round number. And we thought initially of investing and like taking some ownership, but really that was too complicated. And so what we're doing is we're giving this money, but we do want a return on the money. And we want you to think of the college when you make it big, and we want you to give a lot of money to the college. Does that sound fair? Okay.
Okay. So we're kind of doing a number 3, 2, 1 again.
Exactly. So we'd like to give $1,000 to Wellnex. Thank you.
Come over here now. There you go. There you go, Stephen.
Okay. And after I tell you the second number, you could probably guess the third number. And despite the fact that we only got one demo that didn't work, and we were expected all to use, we decided to give $2,000 to GoBrush. Thank you. And
I think they're doing the math.
for the smart people in the room, you can probably guess, we're giving $7,000 to Trade Defender. Thank you.
Congratulations. Everybody get in. Come on up. Swing back a little bit. Oh, don't. That's all crappy. Is there a photographer around here?
And many.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. All the entrepreneurs are going to be down front. We'd love for you to come up and talk to them. They'd love to hear from you, learn from stories, be mentors for their companies, support Lake Forest College. Thanks for coming. We really appreciate it. Good night.
Congratulations. Best of luck.
Congratulations.